Hey everybody, how's it going? Thanks for stopping by again. Look, today we're going to be talking about Jagmeet Singh and his visit to my hometown, Kingston, Ontario. It was really exciting to have him here, and it was really exciting to get a few photos with him and our local candidate, the fantastic historian and politician Barrington Walker. Jagmeet Singh was going across southern Ontario today to ridings where the Ontario NDP had fantastic results in 2018. Unlike most provinces, the ridings federally in Ontario are pretty much exactly the same as they are provincially. You know, it's not like PEI where because they have so many provincial ridings and so few federal ones, they're often conglomerated at the federal level. In Ontario, the riding boundaries are very similar. And so Jagmeet Singh is going to communities like Kingston, like Ottawa Centre, like Oshawa, where the Ontario NDP found great success last year, and saying that we can do it again because New Democratic values are popular values, they're important values, they're enduring values, and they're values that set us apart not only from Andrew Scheer, but from Justin Trudeau and even Elizabeth May. And I think that Jagmeet Singh sold that vision really well. In Kingston, he spoke at a farmer's market, and he spoke about how, the Green New Deal is often focused on these, questions of infrastructure and, workers and public transit and these, quote unquote, big questions that deal with, steel and hard hats and things like that. But we often forget that farmers, especially smaller farmers and, local producers, small business people that deal with, food related industries have been affected deeply by climate change as well. It's created deep uncertainty. And this is all in addition to how, Justin Trudeau has handled trade policy with Donald Trump. In essence, many small businesses, many small farmers are struggling to find a place in the economy just as many working class people are. And so Jagmeet Singh has noted that the Green New Deal will have provisions in it not only to, help working class people of a blue and white collar variety, but also help those sorts of people who make their living at places like the farmers market. And I have to say that it wasn't just that Singh did a good job and that Barrington Walker, our local candidate, did a good job, talking to the media and all of that. What really impressed me was how Jagmeet Singh handled the one-on-one or small group interactions. I heard from multiple people there in the audience, and not all of them were, people I know from the Kingston and the Islands NDP. These are not people that I've seen before, some of them. And I know that, I have a good pulse on who's a diehard NDPer in Kingston. And those people weren't. And they were really inspired by him. I saw especially young people, young women coming up to Jagmeet Singh, talking about how he's inspiring them, talking about how he's opening doors for people like them. Many of these people were young women of color, young men of color, speaking to them, speaking to young people who were just so excited to see him and talk about, the issues that matter to them, precarity, healthcare access, the climate, something that the NDP is dealing with on all fronts. And on all of that, Singh just did such a great job. And I think it's important to note that this is tied into what I feel has been an excellent start to the campaign. You saw my video on the debate, my live stream, and then my more formalized video on it. But I didn't make a video yet on the way Singh approached his meeting at the Canadian Club. Now, for those who don't know, the Canadian Club is basically a group, a social club where some very wealthy and well-connected people tend to congregate, and they often hear speeches from politicians and experts and diplomats of all sorts of varieties. And it's generally seen as a pretty pro-business crowd because of the reality that most of them are wealthy people. But Singh went into that lion's den and he told them the truth, which is that people like them aren't paying their fair share right now in terms of taxation. They're not doing all they can do to help the least fortunate Canadians. And not only did Singh go into that lion's den and tell the truth to the richest people, this is not a man who goes into the, boardrooms of the elite and tells them one thing and then, goes to us regular Joes and Janes and tells us another. Not only did he tell the truth to some of the most powerful people in the country, he got laughs out of them. He got applause out of them because Singh has that ability that I haven't seen from somebody since Jack Layton to be bold in your policies and assertive in your policies but without coming off as, aggressive or angry. Not to say that a bit of aggression or a bit of anger from time to time isn't needed, but it's very key that someone like Jagmeet Singh has the ability to sell a vision to these people that is in some ways against their immediate interests and put it as something that benefits the entire society. And I think he sold that vision to a very tough crowd. It was one of the best lines from that event at the Canadian Club was, Singh saying, we're going to look at things like capping interest rates on credit cards. We feel they're too high and they, breach on, being exploitative to people who struggle financially, and it's unfair. And Singh said, I know that's hard to say because, MasterCard is in the room. And that got a really good applause. That got a really good, chuckle from the crowd, because I think people realize that, there is something refreshing about a politician that will go into a room and speak to the people in the room and say to them, you guys got to do better. You have to do better. And I'm not going to say that all of those people are like, well, Jagmeet's right. I'm going to go vote NDP now. In fact, probably most of them won't. But the point isn't that, those rich people won't vote NDP. The point is that Jagmeet Singh signaled to the rest of us that he really is in it for us. He really is in it for you, the regular Canadian. And he is fighting not for the powerful, but for the people. Those are some of the slogans the NDP has, in it for you, for the people, not for the powerful. And I think that when you do something like that, you actually put, your money where your mouth is. It's easy to come to someone like me, or it's easy to go to, a union hall and talk about taxing the rich and talk about, economic social justice. But it's quite another to go to an audience like that and do the same thing and mean it and absolutely mean it. And I think that's what the mark of real leadership is. He's saying, I'm not running for you. I'm running for everybody else. I'm running for the working people and not the ownership class. And I think that message, combined with his affability on these one-on-one situations, is why things have gone so well so far. He won the first debate. He won the campaign launch. He's been impressing people on every stop he's made on this young campaign. I don't think we can count Jagmeet Singh out, especially when we have an Andrew Scheer, Conservative Party with objectionable views, and with a Justin Trudeau government that, has lied to Canadians and will not take ownership for that, and is now trying to avoid the rule of law and order with regard to the SNC-Lavalin affair, and who skipped out on a debate because I feel he has a fundamental disrespect for the democratic process, and a Green Party who doesn't know what it stands for on core social issues. On all of these fronts, we have real weakness from the other three parties. And Jagmeet Singh, he's got real strength because his message isn't one-dimensional by any means, but it's clear. Right now, he's working on behalf of the people. His economic and social and political policies have one central aim: to give greater opportunity and justice and hope to regular people. That's it. That's the message. And while that manifests in different ways with different policies, whether you're talking about a Green New Deal, or whether you're talking about farmers markets, or whether you're talking about dental care, or whether you're talking about student loan interest, or whether you're talking about housing, or whether you're talking about workers' rights, on all those issues, the message is clear. We're helping the regular folks, not the powerful folks. And I have to say, it was really cool that Jagmeet Singh recognized me in the crowd. Look, Jagmeet and I have had some brief social media discussions, given the fact that I make videos of a pro-NDP variety, and given that I've done some national media regarding the NDP. We've had discussions, of course, but I've never met him in person, at least not beyond, seeing him in a big crowd as he walks by, right? And he recognized me. And I think that shows that, this is a guy who has a real keen eye for detail, has a good, sharp memory, knows things. And maybe it suggests that just like all you folks, Jagmeet Singh might be a fan of this channel. So know that we're making an impact here. It's often hard to tell, when you're doing a small media project like this, if you're really making an impact. But my hope is that all of us, and not just me, but all of you who make substantial comments on my posts, and all of you who support this channel, and all of you who share it around with thoughtful comments, and even those who offer very reasoned and fair criticism, because I get some of that. All of you are helping to bring a progressive lens to Canadian politics that might not exist if we weren't all doing this together. So I want to thank you for that. I want to thank Jagmeet Singh for coming to Kingston. I want to congratulate Barrington Walker and the local Kingston and the Islands NDP for doing the hard work to, build a strong local effort that is the sort of thing that attracts a candidate to want to come. Jagmeet Singh, wants to visit Canadians all over, but the reality is that good local campaigns are what attract leadership figures. I mean, Justin Trudeau, Andrew Scheer, Elizabeth May, Jagmeet Singh, nonpartisan. They visit where they feel that there's passion and excitement. And that's not so much generated by them and the media. That's generated by good grassroots work from candidates and volunteers and campaign staff. So guys, this has been a great first, week for Jagmeet Singh. It's not over yet. Jagmeet Singh still has challenges, but he still has fantastic opportunities. And I think that for all those people who are counting out the NDP, I think they've dialed back a little bit. And I think that now's the opportunity for Jagmeet Singh and the NDP to really put forward a vision that no other party is putting forward. And when they do that, because that vision is popular, they will convert Canadians of all backgrounds, except for maybe the uber rich, to our cause. And it'll be exciting to see that happen.